Just a couple of days ago, we covered a listing that came out in January of 2024 that we finally got to see the first look of that product in Studio Series 86 Dead Brawn and Ratchet, that 2-pack. And now we're going to be talking about another piece of that listing that we're going to be seeing for the very first time today. Back in January, we got a listing for a Transformers Gen Selects Deluxe 3-pack Treds, Pathfinder, and Smallfoot. This was something that was clearly leaning on giving us more of those e-hobby Gobots. What those e-hobby Gobots were a concept that was created by Hirofumi Ishigawa back in 2004 for the e-hobby company. With part 1, they were a bunch of recolors of G1 minibots inspired into Generation 1 inspired Gobot characters. Using the general concept of the Gobots from Machine Robo, using some coloring from, some Takara Tomy catalog diorama shots of test shots, which were used for Pathfinder, Bad Boy, and Treds, and the rest was history. We got some of those in recent years. Generation Selects gave us Bug Bite using that Cliff Jumper mold from Earthrise. Later on, we got Road Ranger with the Amazon Deluxe Golden Disc set. And now that just leaves the other 4 members to be done, and this listing indicates that 3 of those 4 will be getting done via a 3-pack through Hasbro Pulse's Generation Select. So today we got our first look via a fan who bought a stolen figure of that trio off of eBay, and we get to see our first look of it both in robot mode and tank mode, and it confirms already what most of us had assumed up to this point, that he is a 100% repaint of the Kingdom Deluxe class Warpath into Treds, using the e-hobby Gobot color scheme as a basis and foundation, which goes by, which goes as no surprise really, because that's kind of what those guys were, straight up repaints. So now he's going to be joining the other 2 with Bug Bite and Road Ranger. Not much really I could say to this, because it's just a 100% repaint and there's no surprises here. There's no new retooling or anything like that, or accessories. All that remains is seeing what the others will look like the Pathfinder, that no doubt will be a repaint, hopefully a retool, but a repaint of the Speedia 500 Deluxe Cosmos, and the Smallfoot, which will be a repaint, hopefully a retool also, of the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Gears we got recently. All that remains really of that 3-pack afterwards is just Bad Boy. That's the only one that's really remaining, and he would be a repaint of a Generation 1 Power Glide, but since we don't really have an updated Deluxe Power Glide yet, and I do emphasize yet because I'm pretty sure it will happen, we'll just have to wait for one to come out, and when it does, we'll definitely probably get it in some shape or form. Not to mention, by the time we do get a Power Glide, they could probably pair him up with some other supplementary e-hobby Gobot characters that were created by Fun Publications in the past, like Buggy Man, which could be a red repaint of the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Beachcomber, Rest Q, which would be using a hubcap Generation 1 mold, but that could be a repaint retool of that new Studio Series 86 Bumblebee we got, maybe even revisit Bug Bite and use that mold also for the Bumblebee too. And then Man-O-War could be used from whenever we get in the far-flung future as Sea Spray as a deluxe, perhaps even. So there's plenty of material here to keep us busy for a while if you're a big Gobot fan. So let me know what you think about all of this, of our green Gobot Warpath here. And tomorrow is Saturday, so we got the Transformer Slag Podcast Saturday Night Live stream. So be sure to tune in for that, and we'll take some super chats from the fans and recap updates and news and deep discussion and everything. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'll talk to you then. And as always, thank you for listening to the Transformer Slag Podcast, and I'll talk to you in the near future.
Transformers